Hi there, good afternoon and welcome to another session specifically focusing on Maharashtra CET. So I remember we went through this session a little while ago, but then there have been these other sessions in between where I have talked about CAT as well as OMATs, where the focus has been more heavily oriented towards questions that you can expect in the OMATs. So I'm sure if you're attending all these sessions, your preparation will definitely go ahead and work rather smoothly. Hi Arshid, very good afternoon. So in case you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We bring in tons of sessions to help you move closer to your B School dreams. My name is Vikrant. I am your personal coach for all things related to English and communication skills. If you happen to have any question during the course of this session, just drop in a line in the chat and I would get back to you on that. In case you want to spend some time with one of us one-on-one, where you want to discuss your preparation strategy and whether courses are a good fit or not, you would find a CAT counseling form. The comment is shared with you as a pinned comment. There is a pinned comment that contains the link, and in between two we would probably float that around. So with that said, let's just go ahead and talk about this one tiny little thought that I want to implant in your mind today. The question is not who is going to let me, it is who is going to stop me. And so said Ayn Rand once, and I really like this particular attitude. So this is an attitude that lets you do a lot more with life as compared to the attitude which is like, yeah, who would give me that permission? You just go ahead, do things, break a few things. But in that process, you would definitely go ahead and learn a lot more, accomplish a lot more, and in general, be able to realize your potential. Okay. So I very firmly believe that nobody can actually stop you from achieving your goals. So with that, let's move on to some of the background details that I can share. So the tentative dates that have been shared via notification are 9th and 10th of March for Maharashtra MBA MMS CET. I am calling them tentative because last year I think these dates were 18th and 19th of March, but the paper ended up taking place sometime in May. That was pretty sad, where we did not have a clarity of when the exam is going to happen, when the registration window will open. The dates were getting pushed every few days. Let's hope that this year turns out to be a lot better. In fact, I think I should have that notification somewhere around here. According to that notification, the online registration is supposed to start from 11th of January, go on till 31st of January and all those things. So there are these certain amount of uncertainty that at times does happen around this exam, but let's see. Let's hope that this time around things proceed more smoothly. And here is a target score. If you are not somebody who is a Maharashtrian, if you don't have that domicile there, and you want to get into some of these top-notch colleges, and even if you are there, I think your target is 99.7 percentile and above, which most of the years, if you translate into marks, will be around 142 and above. Now, how do you get that? So JBIMS, through that All India score, you'd need around 99.97 percentile. So if that's what you're targeting, the ask is pretty steep, which basically means that you need to go all out. And in order to help you achieve that, we have launched a dedicated crash course. You know, in case these numbers look like, oh my God, how would I really reach that level and where would this come from? It will come from, of course, effort, and that too guided, structured effort. And our course can do just that. It offers you more than 55 live classes. Okay, so these are classes which are tailor-made for Maharashtra CET. But then Maharashtra CET also shares a lot of these different question types with exams like SNAP and NMAT. So we ran a course for SNAP, NMAT, etc. And those sessions, some of the recorded live lectures from those sessions will be made available to you. Additionally, we have a wealth of concept classes. Okay, so they're pre-recorded, they cover the foundations. You can go through these at leisure, not at leisure because we don't have much time, so I won't really use the word leisure, but you can choose to go through them at the time of your choosing. So I believe that makes it very comprehensive. On top of that, you have 12 mocks that are based on Maharashtra CET pattern. And if I look at the total number of practice questions that have been made available to you through this course, the number is going to be a little more than 3,500. And all of this at a very attractive price. If you want to know more about this course, if you want to enroll, you would find the link in the pinned comments once again, along with that counseling form. You can use that and start your preparation right so that you can go ahead and get that 99.7 percentile, or if you're targeting JBIMS through that All India quota, then you're talking about 99.97 percentile. Do not delay it for a second more before you start. So let's go ahead and have an overview of the exam. 150 minutes, 200 questions. These are the different, so marking scheme +1, but there is no negative marking, so your attempts are going to be 200. But these things do change year to year, so don't forget to read the directions before the exam starts. The sections, you have logical reasoning, a bit of it is also verbal reasoning. Then you have abstract reasoning, which is mostly visual reasoning. Then quant, and you have VA and RC, which throws in another 50 questions. And within VARC, you get reading comprehension, you get grammar, mostly error identification, you have quite a few vocabulary based questions, you get fill in the blanks, which is a combination of RC, grammar and vocabulary, in my eyes at least, a bit of logic too for that matter, and parajumble. So that is what to expect in this particular exam within VARC. So let's dive into practice. Let's go ahead and solve some questions together today. So here is your question number 1. The directions, you've been given a sentence, divided into 3 parts. One of these may have a grammatical error. If they do have if one of these parts does actually have a grammatical error, mark that part as your answer. If there is no error, then mark D, no error, as your answer. Will that work? So your time for this starts now. Go ahead, give it a shot. So there you go. Where are the answers, guys? Where are the answers? Okay, so Abhishek, A. So I'm getting A, I'm getting B. So if you read this entire sentence, everything is going well. We did not have any problem at that time. So, and they're joined using semicolon, which tells you that they are similar ideas. So because part B and part C, that tells you it is past, this did tells you it is past. Part A should also have been in the past. It should be everything. Should have been everything went well, and not everything is going well, because if you use is going well, then the next part also needed to be in the present, which it is not, and thus we'll go ahead with the A as our answer. So now you can say that, hey, why can't I change that other part into present? You can, but in that case you'd have to change B as well as C. So you will not be able to choose a unique answer. If you want a unique answer, A is going to be the only way forward. Harshit, where did you want to put was? Okay, everything was going well. I would not opt for was going well, because was going will make it past continuous. And when you use past continuous tense, there are 2 requirements. You talk about an action that was ongoing along with the time. So because that does not have time, I think past continuous may not be all that appropriate. Okay, here is the next one. Question number 2 on the screen. Tell me what you think. The clock is ticking. Okay, now this one basically has your standard regular issue of preposition. You don't quarrel on something, you quarrel over something, and that is why the answer should be option B. Children often quarrel over petty issues. And here is one more grammar question coming your way. So what is it going to be? What is it going to be? What will you choose for question number 3? So you notice this entire sentence is talking about something that happened in the past. There is a meeting that was conducted. There was something that the chairman said in that meeting, and this is giving us that information in indirect speech. So the chairman said, so I'd say the chairman said at the meeting, comma, quote, I will not step down from my position as chairman. Now, if you remove those quotes, what will happen? The chairman said at the meeting that he would not step down instead of will. You change the tense, you go to past, so this will should have been would. We're talking about past, right? And that is why our answer must be B. So notice this, that this was a hint. In case you want to read up a little more on this, go ahead and read direct indirect speech. And within grammar, if there are some areas which bother you a lot and you're not able to get a hang of those areas all by yourself, do drop in a comment, do write to us. And if we notice a trend, if we notice a pattern, if I notice quite a few of you saying, yeah, this is the area that bothers me a lot, we can go ahead and start discussing it with you. Please do. And I would say this is a question which very closely mimics the difficulty level that you would expect in Maharashtra CET in terms of grammar. If you've got your basics right, I think you should find it not that challenging, really. Okay, so Kaustubh has shared his answer. Damn, I have a nephew named Kaustubh. I haven't. That suddenly reminds me that I haven't had a word with him in quite a few months. I think I should. So you guys are absolutely spot on, Kaustubh and Harshit. The correct answer is indeed A. That's grammatically right. In sentence B, the problem is, religious and tolerance. What should that mean? I think I made a mistake. B is also right. B is also right here. It's oh man. I think the autocorrect played a googly. The problem. Okay, hang on. Let me read it correctly. Okay, so yeah, religious tolerance is absolutely all right. But you notice this A, this should have been an. In the next one, it should have been tolerance. So that's wrong. And in D, it should be 2 with a single O. So 2 award United a penalty. Yeah, absolutely, Kaustubh, you're right. Absolutely. When I was designing this, I just confused. I thought that I'm looking at C instead of B. So I'm glad that I managed to introduce that error. So B, C, and D were wrong. A. So that leads to a unique answer, and that is definitely A. Wait, Kaustubh, why are you typing in all caps? Okay, here is the next one. So there are times when they give you a sentence, but a part of that sentence is underlined, and they ask you for a suitable replacement for that part. So let's see what you choose for question number 5, and in this one you do have your time. There you go. Let's see. I need to add, okay, 2 should have been 2 here as well. So 2 for 2, we need to have preposition everywhere. So the central bank has ordered banks to get tough. It should not be by, it should be with, and that is why the correct answer is D, and that is something that quite a few of you also managed to recognize. Let me just fix it straight away, otherwise this may get left out. Right, so with that, now let me take you over to a slightly different question type, and here it is. So what do we have here? You have 2 sentences with a blank each. I've given you 4 words, and then E says none of the above. Maybe one of these 4 words can get into both of these blanks, where the sentences are grammatically correct and they also give you some sort of meaning. So if you have any such word here, mark that as your answer. Otherwise, you can always go ahead and choose D, choose none of the above, E. So your time starts now. All right, so the time is over. Let us check. So first up, let's see what all can go in the first blank. Loss of memory is a natural automatic of old age. No. Natural, no. Natural concomitant of old age. Now concomitant means something that happens along with something else. And it is so we can definitely, so can we put in concomitant here, natural concomitant of old age can work. Natural companion can also work. So if I look at the first blank, I can put in C or D. Then second, an addition to the number of members in the family means a concomitant increase in expenditure, yes, but a companion increase in expenditure, no. And therefore, I'd say that if we have to choose, so since concomitant goes in both of these, we should go ahead and mark that as our answer. So companion goes in the first blank, but it cannot go in the second, whereas concomitant goes in both. So therefore, that should be our preferred choice. Here is the next one. Question number 7 on your screen. There you go. I'll give you a 10-second head start before I start the timer. I think 30 is probably too tight for some of you. Okay, so our allotted time is up, and in this particular case, so can we use first? The restaurant claims to serve delectable local food. Yes, delectable means delicious. Forged, no. Spurious local food, why would a restaurant claim that? Authentic local food, yes. So in the first blank it is A or D. Let's look at the second one. How can you be sure that the signature is, a signature can't be delectable, but a signature can be authentic, and therefore D, which I think Abhishek, Aspita and Sankalp have definitely figured out. So yep, D is the right answer indeed. Here is your next question. Good old fill in the blanks, where I've given you a sentence with 3 blanks thrown in. Let's see what you choose. And I think once again 30 seconds will be cutting it too close, but let's start nevertheless. Okay, answers. Yes, Rishikesh. I just see S. Sir, bhai S to options mein nahi hai yaar. Kidhar hai? Okay, so I'm getting A versus D. A is right. Let's check. A crippling foreign exchange emergency which has resulted in acute supply of fuel. If it's an emergency, why would it result in an acute supply? Moreover, if the prices are decreasing, why will it leave millions of Sri Lankans struggling to cope? So the ideas are contradictory here, so D can be ruled out. Can it be B? A crippling foreign exchange policy which has resulted in acute abundance. If there is a lot of food, fuel and medicine, why would the Sri Lankans struggle to cope? Vedant? So the problem with B is that the second word cannot fit in. First and third can. Policy can work, spiraling can work. So what we typically do is that we go ahead and work with elimination, blank by blank. So if I look at deposits, makes no sense to me. Why would it be crippling foreign exchange deposits are positive? So that's how we could have probably went ahead and reached the answer faster. Okay, here is the next one for you. Question number 9 on your screen, another one of those fill in the blank questions, and your time starts now. Okay, so shall we? So some of the words, accredit means give credit to someone for something. Hindrance is an obstacle. If there is any other word that you want me to talk about, go ahead and then we can check. Foster, for example, means to encourage the development of something, especially something that is desirable. I'll say rest of the words are. Pervert is claim with a slightly negative connotation. So let's check. Some analysts accredit, no, that, comprehend that, surveyed that, accept that, yeah, accept can go, believe that, even that can go. So if I look at just the first blank, option A and B are definitely ruled out. Surveyed, and I have not read the rest of the sentence further up. So far, if I stop here, then surveyed may go, may not go, but accept and believe can go. So options A and B are ruled out here itself. So some analysts dash that the increase has been excessive, that it will take up inflation. Nope. Tune up inflation. No. Push up inflation. Yes. So at this juncture itself, I can rule out C, I can rule out D. I'd say that the only legit option will be E. And if I even, let's just, we are the fiscal trouble of higher fiscal purport definitely cannot go, trouble cannot go, burden can go, yes. So even the third blank backs it up, and therefore we should go ahead and choose E as our answer to this particular question. And here is another fill in the blank, but this time around I'm not going to test your understanding of your good old plain words. This question is centered around your understanding of idioms. So here it is. So tell me which idiom is going to be the most appropriate one for this blank. Alright, so in this case the right answer is E, to take the bull by the horn. So the sentence indicates that she made a bold decision. So the correct idiom to complete the sentence will be to take the bull by the horns. It basically means to do something difficult in a brave, courageous, fearless manner. If I look at the other ones, for example, A, play the devil's advocate. So if you play the devil's advocate, you act as someone who pretends to be against an idea or a plan, so that people discuss and consider it in more detail. He is not genuinely against it, but he does it in order to promote that discussion. So let us say we talked about rapists should be given capital punishment, and all of you agree, but I may go ahead and say that no, let's consider this, that they are also humans or whatever. So in case somebody says that, hey, why would you say something for someone who's done such a wretched deed, I'll say, I don't really believe in that. I am playing devil's advocate so that we at least discuss it thoroughly, so that there are no unexpected chinks in our argument that appear later. Okay, then okay, bark up the wrong tree. If you say that someone is barking up the wrong tree, you mean that they are following the wrong course of action because their beliefs or ideas about how something works, that's incorrect. Okay, drop the hat, we don't even have any such idiom. Throw in the towel is to give up or to surrender, right? So I hope that takes care of all the idioms as well. And here is a parajumble for you, where the first sentence is fixed. Your paragraph has to start with this. The other four are fluid. You need to determine their sequence. I think E is barely readable here. I should at least try and see if I can push it up a bit. So go ahead, give this one a shot, and we will see. Here you go. So Rushikesh, here is the next one. Am I okay? I think I need to be a little away so you can read it at ease. Okay, Harshit has shared his answer rather quickly. That's good. So has Shubhangi now. I like it. I like it. I like it. So you know this pronoun it, the notes, they, that, all of these are clues. So you know you have to have DC together, and any option that does not give you DC can be eliminated. So that would leave you with B and C. Then you know B, the notes, has to come after D because D talks about these notes, 0 rupee notes, the notes, and because in option C B is before D, you can eliminate it, and the correct answer will be option B. So you don't need to solve it the way you would solve a cat parajumble where you look at all of these different options. Okay, so that can at least make the process fast. And here is the next one. What's your take on this? So about time. So let us see. A has such a system, and then they along with the idea that is mentioned here. B starts with that is. Now you know that is typically used to reiterate. So the idea that is presented in B needs to be there in some other sentence that comes before it. Then this, and then the presence of because nevertheless gives you a contrast. So let's see, which one would you want me to pick up? So A says such a system, they say. So pronoun they is easy. Who is this they going to refer to? Economists and political philosophers in this case. So I know that A should come after D, and wherever A is before D can be ruled out. That is, firms that successfully respond to the needs of the consumer get rewarded with higher profits. Now this is the idea that is mentioned in first. So if you're looking for a reiteration, if you want to justify that is, you need to start with B. 1 and B should be put together, which means that option C and D are also now ruled out. So that leaves you with A and E, and what is the difference between the two? D, A is common to both. It's only the position of C. What is the clue in C? This is because, what should this refer to? This has to come from, so this is talking about the phenomenon mentioned in A. Such a system necessarily creates clear winners and losers. Should have been losers. And therefore C should come after A, and that is why A scores over E. So the correct answer here should be option E. Let me also add a full stop there. So A, missed out on some clues. Definitely a moderate difficulty level question. Moderate because yes, we had quite a few word-based clues, but even those word-based clues were connected to the various ideas presented by a lot of these questions, a lot of these sentences. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so that is where I'd say that we should choose A over the other answer choices. So once again, a reminder that we have a dedicated crash course for Maharashtra CET, which has all these amazing features at a mouth-watering price. You can register for it by clicking the link above. If you want to talk to one of us about your preparation or whether this course will be suitable to you or not, you can always fill out that CAT counseling form, and don't worry, it says CAT counseling form. You can also discuss the Maharashtra CET stuff with us there, and that will give you an opportunity to sit down with us one-on-one and talk things out. So that's what I brought for you today. In case you enjoyed working with me, don't forget to like this video. That would mean a lot. And if you want to reach out to us later, plenty of places, plenty of opportunities. Okay, but for those of you who are serious about Maharashtra CET, please do not delay your preparation. If you think it is not working out the way you want it to, you can always take the benefit of that crash course. So that's it from me today. Until I see you for the next session, stay safe, stay focused, stay in touch, and I look forward to meeting you really soon. Have a great day ahead. Take care.